December 11th, 1942. As I sat in the stuffy boxcar with my grandmother, my mind flooded with possibilities of what could happen to us. Grandmother is an old woman with deteriorating health. I've spent the greater part of my life caring for her in our California home, but after the recent Pearl Harbor bombing, the government is suspicious of all Japanese. We received notice to leave 1 month ago. Since then, we've been staying at the Manzanilla Relocation Center in Northern California. Although Manzanilla was not fun, I fear this new camp will be far worse. We were assigned to a camp called Amachi. According to others, construction is unfinished, so we prisoners or inmates will have to finish it ourselves. I had heard of the German concentration camps before. I always felt bad for those people and how they had lost all sense of their freedom. I had never imagined the U.S. would ever do something so horrible. Although it is winter, the desert we travel on is still dry and warm. The train took us through New Mexico and Arizona. Up until we were said to have reached the Colorado border, I didn't see any snow at all. December 12th, 1942. We reached camp today. Immediately, grandmother and I were forced behind a chain-link fence that already held close to 1,000 people. Their faces were bleak. I could tell that just like us, they had been prisoner not just here. Homes at Amachi are nothing but apartments on a block. They have mattresses for sleeping and no other furniture. The roofs are tar paper and quickly started to leak with the melting snow. My assigned job is farmer in the fields at the edge of camp. My hours are long and the work is very grueling. It's much different than working as a personal assistant for my director friend. I desperately long to be on movie sets again. Food in these places is not intolerable. The portions are small but still filling. Most of the dishes are vegetables with small amounts of meat and bread. We are required to go to the mess hall by the camp to register for our daily rations. February 8th, 1943. Grandmother's health is still getting worse by the day. Although there is a clinic here, there's not much they're able to do. The guards refuse to let us go to the hospital outside of camp. I worry for her life. July 15th, 1943. Grandmother is still getting worse. The guards, yet again, refuse to take her anywhere even though she is very ill. She's now unable to do anything and spends most of her day lying on a small mattress. In other news, I've been offered a special deal from the U.S. military. I can go out to Mississippi and join the 442nd Infantry. If I join, I will be out of the camp and my farming job. My only fear is that Grandma will pass and I will not be here. January 10th, 1944. I've been with my infantry division for about 6 months now. Life in the barracks is exhausting, day in, day out fighting. All of our combat has been in Europe. I can't wait until the end of this terrible war when I can go back home. Maybe grandmother will still be there too. May 8th, 1945. Today is a glorious day. Praise the Lord, for the Germans have surrendered and the war is over. I will be returning to Amachi soon to collect my personal items. I only fear grandmother may not be still alive. September 5th, 1945. My fears for grandmother were confirmed today. Upon return to our apartment block in Amachi, she was nowhere to be found. Our neighbor told me that she had passed several weeks earlier.